Hi, my name is Hardeo Roopan, and I am the man in the wild. And in this series of short documentaries, we are going to explore the wild in this tropical country called Trinidad. In part 1 to this series, we built 8 crab traps. In part 2, we took 4 of those traps, 2 of which we set on the beach area. In this episode, we are taking the other 2 into the forest area. To get to the forest, we first have to journey to the mangrove. I'll see you on the other side. Now that we are through the mangrove swamp, we could head to the forest to set these 2 traps. Now we are here in the forest, we are going to look for some crab holes in which to set these 2 traps. Maybe we will see some wild animals while we are at it. It seems as though I just startled an upwell, one of the local ground owls. Let's see if we could find the nest. The eggs we see here belongs to the ground owl, or upwell, or sometimes called the huyu bird. It does not build a nest. It simply lays its egg on the dry straw and then sits on it for about 3 weeks or so before they hatch. The owl itself feathers look very much like the leaves that surround, so when it sits on the nest, very few creatures can see it. It is not until you get very close then she would fly off, leaving the eggs exposed. There's an agouti in the undergrowth where I was going to set this trap. Let's see if we could get a couple shots of it. The agouti is a very common animal in the forest undergrowth in Trinidad. Although it is a rodent, it is considered a delicacy. They are quite beautiful. In this trap, we have one of the blue crabs that we caught in the forest. Let's have a closer look to see what is inside. He looks pretty good. Let's take him out and see what he looks like. This is a beautiful crab. Look at the size of this claw. It's a male, so this is a keeper. Beautiful crab indeed. The blue crab caught in the forest is distinctively larger than the blue crab caught on the beach. When we place them together, we can see their difference in size. When the beach blue crab reaches this average size, they would move further inland across the mangrove swamp and into the forest, where they will continue growing to become this size and even larger. When the beach crab moves to the forest, it finds an abundance of food, which allows it to grow much larger. But there is an added danger. The crab-eating raccoon loves to eat these crabs. And you would find the larger crabs are few in numbers because they have more predators. Unlike the beach crab that are found in thousands upon the banks at the seaside. Here we have one of the crabs from the forest area. We are going to tie it with a vine. Firstly, get hold of the larger claw. Bend the legs downwards, close the smaller claw, and then get the smaller claw behind the front leg. We can then work the claw up and it will be locked in place. With the smaller claw secured, we can now tie the larger claw. Here we have the vine. We'll start by inserting it through the larger claw, and with a couple of roughs we can secure the legs and claw on this side of the crab. We'll then run the vine to the other side of the crab, where we can secure the legs with a couple of roughs. And finally, we need to secure this claw by wrapping the vine around it. We can then finish by reinserting the other end of the vine through the larger claw. The crab is now secured. We can cut off any extra vines and here we have a completely tied crab, which makes it much easier for transport. We started off with 4 traps. 2 we set in the beach area, which caught this string of 6 smaller crabs. The other 2 we set in the forest area, which caught this string of 6 larger crabs. This string will sell for about $200, whereas this string will sell for about $60. Now that we have explored the crab in the forested areas, we notice they are much larger than those from the beach area. In our next episode, we have something equally as interesting. Look out for that.
Trinidad is my land, and of it I am proud and glad. But I can't understand why some people just talk it bad. But I know all of them we running them out. Don't know where they're talking about. They will paint your black every day, and the right things they will never say. Like our sportsmen being rated among the best. Our scholars have sit and passed every test and put us right alongside the rest. But then our pinch lake is the greatest one of its kind. Our sugar and oil is really refined. So you see, friend, this is a real piece of no man's mind.